Hello, this is Kenny Lewis, the YouTube channel Rotary Turbo 07. I'm making this video about, as you can see, CRTs today. I touched on this in my stereo modded NES video. I'm using my just painted and LED modified NES today for testing purposes. But I have here my Orion consumer grade CRT, which was purchased by my grandma and grandpa. I think it's dated 2002 manufacture date, and this is a medical grade Olympus OEV 143 Sony Trinitron rebranded monitor that was used for video endoscopy. It's a, let's see, it's a Sony PVM 14 M2 MDU rebranded. I had to think about that for a second. But it's an excellent monitor, aside from the fact that the screen is too wide and you can't make adjustments having to do with the width. This has been really bugging me. But I've also researched, and people have said that you shouldn't buy Trinitrons that have issues because they are complex to repair, and repairs are cost prohibitive if you're having somebody else do it. They're very technical. Like older CRTs had a lot of analog control, and these are all digital. And that's part of the issues with them, from what I've read, is just it's just, you just have to basically be electronic engineer level to work on them, know how to use an oscilloscope and all that kind of business. But it does have high voltage. It does get raster. As you can see, it is no sync on there. You can't even, it just says YNC. And then we'll turn Mario on here, and you can see he's way off the side of the screen. The Mario Brothers logo is way off the side of the screen. And the geometry is also a little bit off. There's some kind of skew kind of going, a little bit of pin cushioning, whatever you want to call it. The vertical adjustment is a little bit off. But the vertical adjustments you can make on this monitor, which is what's really strange. It's only the horizontal, so somebody on this Facebook page I just joined, I cannot recall the name of it. I'll probably post this video there too. Sorry guys, I don't remember the name of the page. It's a bunch of people who are CRT fanatics, but in the comment I made about this on there, he said it might be the horizontal width coil itself, which is, I guess, possible, but I've also heard that there's a lot of issues that go wrong in these boards. I talked to a guy who was an electronic engineer by trade. He was a power supply engineer. You may have heard of him if you're in the arcade world, Ian Kellogg. He said it could be something in the actual main board itself, causing the horizontal to be pulled too wide and then hold there, some kind of a short in the digital circuitry that controls the horizontal width, which that's also possible too. It could actually be in the main board. But if I could actually figure it out and fix it, I would like to, but I don't have that level of knowledge, and paying somebody to do it I know would be cost prohibitive, because you can buy one of these 14-inch Trinitrons that is working for about $100, and I've already got 50 in it partially working. So I know it would probably cost a lot more than 50 to fix it. I know those guys charge quite high hourly rates. And it's hard to say how long it would even take to diagnose this thing. I don't know how complex they really are to fix. But especially somebody who didn't have Trinitron, Sony training, and that they weren't specifically in that back in the day. If they were just a TV repair tech, they probably wouldn't even touch it. So I might be kind of stuck with this monitor. But it does at least function somewhat. You can actually use it. It will draw. It's just way too wide. But the sound works, obviously. But the funny thing is also this that I've noticed. These controls at the bottom, their aperture, and all that kind of stuff. But the volume, you'll notice, I turn it all the way down, and then I crank it all the way up, the volume doesn't change. But you can adjust the volume in the service mode, which I have a little note here that I've written on how to get into service mode. You can adjust the volume there, and you can adjust anything that has to do with vertical. You can bring the size down to where this isn't cut off anymore. It's way outside of, like, you know, factory default spec or where calibration should be. But you can actually make it come down. It's something else causing this problem, not just the calibration. But anything horizontal calibration doesn't even make the screen twitch or jitter or anything. It just doesn't do anything. It looks like this. Vertical adjustments you can make. And some of the ones that adjust the pin cushioning and like the curl, you can adjust those a little bit, but not enough to actually make a difference. It's really mind-boggling how I'm just not even sure what would cause this. But the electronics are funny things. But here's the ordinary menu. You can see it's cut way off. Also, you can't even read the entire thing. You just have to kind of know what's there. And then you hit select and gauze, and now we're in the actual service mode 1 calibration, which is this sheet right here that I have. This entire list of everything, and you have to kind of, because this is cut off, you have to go through it and find like VBO. There's like something linearity. It just says nearity. You have to find out where you're at on this calibration list. I'll get rid of Mario, but you have to go through this calibration list and find out where the heck you were at, and then where to go from there to make your adjustments. It's really, really frustrating. Linearity. I don't even know where I'm at right now. Let's just go to the top. No, that's the bottom. I can tell I'm going the wrong direction. Here we go. Now I'm at the top. Main category, NOR 50 def. H frequency is this adjustment. That's the actual horizontal frequency. When you adjust the horizontal frequency, nothing happens. Surprise, right? You can't make it jitter or go out of spec or roll horizontally at all. Now there's the default. And this is 60, which is actually what I would be using because I'm on 60 hertz United States electricity. But either way, now this size is a vertical size. This you can adjust. You can bring the vertical size down. I've been just kind of leaving it at default settings. I'm thinking the vertical size is off because of the horizontal problem. And once that gets fixed, it will have to be recalibrated anyways. So I haven't adjusted that calibration. Let's see now. I was going down, I think. Yeah, this is NOR def, I guess normal definitions. V center. That you can also adjust. Anything vertical, you can adjust. Horizontal, you cannot. I have to remember hit the top button to go down this list. That's throwing me off. Let's see. This is horizontal size. You can see how much it's affecting the horizontal size. It does nothing. I've never seen a monitor that you couldn't adjust, but I didn't have any experience with professional video monitors when I bought this. Or else I probably wouldn't have bought one that wasn't 100% working. I figured, hey, I can probably diagnose and fix that, and then I didn't realize just how complex the Sony Trinitrons are. They were some of the last monitors made. See, my Orion is a consumer-grade monitor. It's a little bit different. But this is a professional, medical-grade video monitor, not a television set. They were made in about a similar year. The Orion has a 2002 sometime manufacture date, and the Trinitron has a 2003 sometime manufacture date. They're pretty close in manufacturing date, but it's a whole different animal. The inside of this Orion, when you pop it open, you can kind of tell what you're looking at if you know something about electronics. With a Trinitron you can as well, but you can also tell that it's a whole different level of build quality, a whole different level of engineering. I mean, it's built to medical grade. Everything is like just super tidy, quality Sony build. The Orion is a nice little monitor though. I do like that for playing Duck Hunt on and stuff. That's the main. I keep a little CRT, that little Orion right there in my closet, in my bedroom, just for the purpose of playing Duck Hunt. But and I would play it on the Trinitron here if it worked well, because it's got a. You can tell that if it were fixed and calibrated, it would have a beautiful picture of the monitor. The screen itself is gorgeous. There's no burn-in of any kind. But this calibration thing is just really screwing with me. It seems so odd that it just won't do a thing. I think this is horizontal phase. Where am I at? I lost track of where I was even at. C amp. That's pin phase, pin amp, lower pin, upper pin, and you can't even see it because it's cut off so much. But this is called sexy. That's all of these different types. I might be able to get it on camera, maybe, if I can make it focus. Probably not, but it's all the terminology for the different types of geometry adjustments. Pin, cushion, and sexy, and bow. They don't really do anything either, I don't think. No, because they affect horizontal. So anything that affects horizontal refuses to adjust. That's the main thing with this monitor. That's the really confusing part to me. It's like the horizontal is just, way too wide. Like if you could actually measure it, it would be probably out to here somewhere, and it will not move at all. It cannot be adjusted. That's the strangest thing. The vertical is a little bit off, and you can pull it down to where the vertical isn't cut off anymore, but you shouldn't have to, I don't think. I think it should be closer than that at the default setting, and whatever's throwing off the horizontal is throwing off the vertical, like I said just a while ago. But it's incredibly strange. See, this is the aperture adjustment. That's also very strange. These front panel adjustments don't really do anything. There's brightness, top to bottom, chroma, nothing, phase, nothing, contrast. It's like that. Now I'm thinking that the front panel controls not doing anything may have something to do with the fact that it's on remote. The little remote light here is on. Hold on, let me get to kind of focus a little bit. The remote light is lit right now, and I'm thinking maybe this was in the application that it was in. It was set up to be remotely controlled for all those adjustments, and that might be why they're locked. But you can go into the calibration settings and adjust some things, but anything that has to make a horizontal adjustment is refusing to work. It's really frustrating, but that's what I get for buying the Sony that doesn't work 100%. But that's about all I have for this one. It's kind of a video showing what this monitor is doing and talking about my two CRTs that I do have, the two CRTs that I own. This video is getting kind of long, so I'll probably cut it somehow. Maybe a little shorter, but anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and later.